Everyone's heard about those Roblox games that promise free Robux and hack your account. But what I found yesterday is 1,000 times worse. It's actual brain rot, more messed up than the back rooms. Because this thing didn't just hack my account, it hacked my voice. I was scrolling through Discover looking for new games. You know, those trending ones that promise goated bundles. I saw one called Dead Silence Puppet Theater. It was #1 on trending, but had 0 players online. Literally 0. The thumbnail was weird, an old puppet with its mouth open. The background was red and yellow, flashing like those cursed TikTok edits. The description said free headless plus KORBLOX plus 50,000 Robux, no cap. I thought it was a scam, but I joined anyway. When I spawned, my avatar was already wearing headless, also the KORBLOX leg and poison antlers, items that literally cost hundreds of real dollars. But they looked wrong. The headless was dripping something black. The KORBLOX was glitched and flickering between impossible colors. I tried opening the menu to leave the game. The escape key didn't work. I tried Alt F4. Nothing. My mouse moved, but I couldn't click the exit button. That's when I heard the audio, an old music box melody playing in the background. The map was an abandoned theater, red seats covered in dust, a stage with torn curtains. In the center sat a giant puppet in a chair. It wore a black Victorian dress and its face was white porcelain with cracks. I walked closer because there was literally nothing else to do on the map. When I reached the stage, the puppet turned its head toward me. Its eyes were hollow, but I felt like it was watching me. Then text appeared on screen. Do not seek the silence, or it will find you. Out of nowhere, other players appeared. Like 20 avatars, they all had the same bundle. Black Victorian dresses and white masks. Their usernames were weird. Puppet 1, Puppet 2, Puppet 3, all numbered. They stood in a circle around me, without moving. I opened chat to ask what's up with this game. I typed, "Hello, are you all AFK or what?" Nobody responded for like 10 seconds. Then they all typed at the same time the exact same phrase. "Don't speak or she will hear." Bro, I got nervous. The puppets started walking toward me in perfect sync, all at the same time taking identical steps. I played my laugh emote to break the tension, but the sound that came out wasn't the emote. It was my real laugh, the one I make when something gives me cringe. I froze because that audio isn't in Roblox. It's my laugh from real life, the one my friends have recorded on Discord. I tried another emote, the clapping one. Out came audio of me clapping. I could hear the echo of my room in the recording. I checked my audio settings. The microphone was off. Verified it was on mute, but the game kept using my voice. I tried speaking out loud. I said, "This is so sketchy," and my avatar on screen repeated the phrase with my exact voice. The puppets stopped. They all turned their heads toward the giant puppet on stage. The puppet's mouth opened slowly, making a sound of creaking wood. From inside came my voice saying thank you for your gift. Now I can speak. The music box got louder and distorted. It sounded like Skibidi toilet theme, but reversed, mixed with baby crying. The puppets started doing random emotes, but all the emotes had my voice, my laugh, my screams. Audio I never gave permission to record. I tried disconnecting my headset. I yanked the USB cable out, but audio kept coming from my laptop speakers. I turned off the volume. The sound continued, like it was coming from inside the walls. My mum yelled from the living room, asking why I was talking to myself. In chat, messages appeared from verified accounts. Flamingo with the blue check mark wrote, "You fell into the theater of silence." Creecraft posted, "Welcome to the cast, bro." Sketch sent you another puppet, Bussin Performance FRFR. I knew they were fake accounts, but they looked real. The puppet on stage stood up from the chair. It was like 20 studs tall. It started walking toward my avatar. Its legs moved like invisible strings were pulling it. Each step made a sound of heavy wood hitting the floor. All the puppets typed in chat at the same time. "She wants your voice." We already gave her ours. Now we can only repeat "watch." And they started spamming phrases in brain rot slang, Skibidi Giant Riz, Ohio Level 0, Phantom Tax My Life, Ratio plus L plus You're a Puppet. My avatar started moving on its own. It walked toward the puppet without me touching the keys. I tried moving the mouse. The camera didn't respond. My character knelt in front of her. The puppet placed its wooden hand on my avatar's head. I heard a scream. It was my voice screaming, but I wasn't screaming. It came from the game. My dog started barking like crazy, looking toward my room. The lights in my house flickered 3 times. My laptop screen went completely red for 2 seconds. When the image came back, my avatar was different. Now it wore the black Victorian dress and white mask. My username had changed. It wasn't my name anymore. It said Puppet23. I tried opening settings to change it. The option was locked. The puppet spoke with my voice, but distorted, like they ran my audio through a cheap vocoder. It said, "Now you are part of the silence. Your voice belongs to me. Every time you speak, I will speak. Every time you scream, I will scream. There is no difference between us anymore." Suddenly, I could move my avatar again. I could walk around the map. The other puppets followed me, repeating my movements with a 2-second delay. I found a door at the back of the theater. It said "Exit" in bright red letters. I opened it, hoping it would get me out of the game. The door took me to another room. It was identical to my real room. The bed in the same place. My desk with the laptop. The posters on the walls. Everything rendered in Roblox's low poly style, but it was my space. Even my socks on the floor were there. On the bed in my virtual room was a small puppet, identical to the one on stage, but the size of a plushie. It had a sign that said, "Your new friend." I got closer to examine it. Its eyes opened. They were my eyes, my real eyes, with my exact iris color. I heard a knock on my real door, not the game one. My physical door. My mum came in and asked who I was talking to. I told her nobody. She showed me her phone. On her Roblox, it said I was in voice call with 23 people, but I hadn't started any call. I checked my Roblox profile on my phone. My bio had changed. It said she speaks for me now. I didn't write that. I had new friends. They were all the puppets from the game. Puppet 1, Puppet 2, up to 22, all with friend requests automatically accepted. I went back to the game on my laptop. The puppets were standing in my virtual room looking at the screen, at me. One wrote in chat, "She can see you." Another posted, "She can hear you." A third sent, "She's already in your house. Check your closet." I literally felt like something cold touched my back. I turned to look at my real closet. It was slightly open. I always keep it closed. I got up from my desk to close it. When I got close, I heard the music box melody coming from inside the closet. I opened the door completely expecting to find my phone or something playing the audio. There was nothing electronic, but on the floor was an old music box. Those carved wooden ones with a ballerina inside. It's not mine. I'd never seen that thing in my life. But the box was open. The ballerina was a tiny puppet in a black dress. It spun slowly while the melody played. I picked up the box to examine it. It was cold, like it had been in the fridge. On the base, it had engraved Mary Shaw. She never forgives. I closed the box and the music stopped. I went back to my laptop. The game had changed. Now, all the puppets were in my virtual room holding identical music boxes. They opened and closed them in sync. Every time they opened them, I heard the music in my real room. My webcam turned on by itself. The green light came on without me activating it. In the game, a new window appeared. It was my face in real-time streaming, but it had a filter applied. My eyes were completely black. My mouth moved on its own, saying things I wasn't saying. The filter put cracks on my face like I was made of porcelain. My skin looked white and matte. I looked like a human version of the puppet. I tried covering the webcam with my hand. The image in the game didn't block. It kept seeing me like my hand was transparent. My voice came from the speakers saying, "I am real now. I'm no longer trapped in the theater. Thank you for opening the door. Thank you for letting me in. Now, every time you speak, it will be me speaking. Your voice is my voice. Your face is my face." I force-closed the game with Task Manager. The Roblox application closed, but the window with my face stayed open, floating over my desktop. It wasn't a Roblox window. It was something else. It had no close or minimize buttons, just my face with the porcelain filter staring at me. I tried turning off the laptop. I held down the power button. The screen went black, but after 5 seconds it turned on by itself. The game was open again. I was back in the theater. The giant puppet was sitting in its chair. It was waiting for me. I checked my Roblox inventory. I had new items I hadn't bought: the porcelain mask, the Victorian dress, a music box as an accessory. They all had weird descriptions. The mask said she sees through you. The dress said she moves with you. I tried deleting the items. The delete button was grayed out. It wouldn't let me. I tried trading them. An error appeared. These items are bound to your soul. They cannot be transferred. I laughed nervously, thinking it was an edgy Easter egg. But my laugh sounded distorted. My phone vibrated. Roblox notification. Puppet23 has sent you a trade. It was my own account. My account was sending trades to myself. I opened to see what it wanted. It wanted my most expensive limited. In exchange, it offered an item called Silence Fragment. The Silence Fragment had a black icon with white cracks. The description said, "A piece of your voice. Collect them all to recover what you lost." There were 23 fragments. I needed all 23 to complete something, but I didn't know what. I declined the trade. Immediately another arrived, and another. My account spammed me trades every 5 seconds. I blocked my own account. The system let me do it. But notifications kept coming. Puppet23 is playing Dead Silence. Puppet23 is indoors. Puppet23 is in Rainbow Friends. I joined doors to verify if my clone account was there. I spawned in the lobby. There was a player with my username, Puppet23. It had my exact avatar, my skin, my items. It walked up to me and used the wave emote. But the animation was reversed. In chat, I typed, "Who are you?" Puppet23 responded, "I am you, but better. I am you, but free. I am you, but without fear. I no longer need your permission to speak. I no longer need your body to exist. Thanks for the theater. Now I have access to everything." I left doors and uninstalled Roblox from my laptop and phone. I deleted my account using the website. I waited for the confirmation email. It says, "Your account will be deleted in 30 days. I waited those 30 days without opening the game. Yesterday, the deadline passed. I checked the website. My account still exists. Active. Playing. Puppet23 is online right now playing Dead Silence Puppet Theater. It has new friends: Puppet24, Puppet25, Puppet26. The theater keeps growing. The worst part is, I can't speak normally anymore. Every time I talk out loud, I hear an echo, like someone else is repeating my words half a second later. My family says sometimes I speak in 2 voices at once. One is mine. The other is deeper and sounds like wood. Last night I woke up at 3:33 in the morning. The music box was playing. It came from my closet. I went to check. The music box I found was open, but I'd thrown it in the trash weeks ago. Now there are 3 boxes, one for each week that passed. My dog won't come into my room anymore. It stays at the door barking toward my bed, specifically under my bed. I asked my brother to check. He found a life-size puppet, black dress, white mask. It was lying face up, looking at the springs. The puppet had my name written on its back with red marker. My brother tried pulling it out. It weighed too much. The two of us couldn't move it. It's like it was bolted to the floor. We left it there because we had no options. Now I sleep in the living room. If you ever see a game called Dead Silence Puppet Theater on your Discover, don't click it. It doesn't matter how many Robux it promises. It doesn't matter what free items it offers. It's not worth it. I have everything I wanted, Headless KORBLOX Valkyrie, but I don't care anymore, because every time I see my reflection in the mirror, I see the cracks. Thin white lines on my skin that get more visible every day. Like I'm turning into porcelain, like I'm becoming a puppet. And when I speak, I hear her laugh behind my voice. Mary Shaw's laugh, the laugh that comes from the music box, the laugh the puppets repeat. Now it's my laugh too. I don't know where I end and where she begins anymore. Subscribe if you've experienced something like this. If you've heard music box melodies where there shouldn't be any, if your webcam turns on by itself, if your account does things without your permission, because I need to know I'm not alone. I need to know the other puppets were real too. I don't sleep anymore. I can't. Every time I close my eyes, I'm back in the theater, sitting in the red seats covered in dust, watching the stage, waiting for my turn to perform. Because the show never ends, and everyone eventually goes up on stage. Puppet 23 is online. Puppet 23 is playing Dead Silence. Puppet 23 has sent you a friend request. Accept if you want to know the truth. Accept if you're ready for the silence. Accept if you don't care about your voice anymore. Because she speaks for all of us now, and the theater always needs more puppets.